Hello and welcome to the Build with Baer workshop. My name is Pat Baer. I'm here to build a model kit and to hang out with you. I am live from my home in South Carolina. This is my parents' retirement home, and I'm here. Hi, Def Beats. Harold, thank you for hosting the stream. I'm throwing the barricade leg of the site, the vote in the chat. If you're currently a subscriber, you can throw that back at me. But yeah, I'm here. It's happening again. I am hanging out. Lashbrook is here. Hi, Lashbrook. Lord Crashington is here. Hi, Lord Crashington. Um, Ristofan is here. Mr. Bob is here. Oh, we already got a stellar crew. We got some Monday night royalty here. Cool Jammer says, yo, yo, congrats on the successful move to SC. Thank you, Cool Jammer Double O. I appreciate that. Yeah. Um, I'll say this. I got in last night, and it was like, this is weird. And I got my laptop out, and I got some stuff set up for that. I got like things ready to go. And then today, I found out that my PC was coming. Now, it was supposed to be delivered on Thursday and didn't arrive. It was two boxes that I had shipped at the same time. A package that I sent like a day later showed up, but that was a smaller thing. Everything seems cool. My the little bit, the frame of the case of my computer is a little wonky. At least nothing seems broken. Yeah, Cool Jammer, as far as I know, nothing is broken. Everything seems good. We are using a wireless card here because where my parents have their a router set up, it would be very impractical to run Ethernet. So I do have a wireless card, and that is doing good. We got like 80 down, 11 up in this place. So uploading archives of stream archives is going to be take longer than usual. But other than that, everything seems to be pretty good. Bitrate might fluctuate a bit here. I might have to turn down the bitrate. But right now things seem to be pretty good. We are able to stream in HD in this setup. We'll be in HD for the wide shot. Um, I would say, as far as building goes, our only big issue right now is that lighting is not great. Um, I was kind of worried about some sort of static discharge of the packing materials in the case, but it's good it worked out. Yeah, last week I did research what I should be packing, what materials I should be using um, to pack it, and so I felt pretty good about that. My monitors came in just fine, no problems there. Like I said, there's a little bit of the case is a little like one of the sliders, the metal screw, the nubbin thing, ended up getting bent a little bit, and I had to like bend the metal a little bit when I had to open it up. Because I had to put the hard drives back in because I took the hard drives out because that seemed to make sense. And then it's been fine because it flew with me. It was in my carry-on. I was a little scared about. I have a solid state hard drive that's like a 2 terabyte. It's not an SSD. It's a whatever. Um, that didn't work right, but it turned out I'd forgotten to plug in one of the cables. It's just on me. Our actual issue is right now with this is you can see the overhead here. Which there. It's the lighting in here isn't great. I have a lamp. I put a lamp over here. What I need is some overhead lighting, or I need some backlighting. Like I need some lighting on my monitor pointing up to kind of flood the area. I unfortunately can't do that right now. So our lighting isn't great right now. Um, uh, my Amazon wish list includes a lamp that will help things if someone's interested in that. Under no obligation to do that, certainly. But if somebody was like, "Oh, I'll scroll to the bottom of your wish list and check out a few things that you would like," um, wires are almost always the issue with PCs. Although case damage would seem like the best case scenario. Yes, yeah, Mr. Bob. Considering this ship from New York to South Carolina, I think we did pretty good. Um, but yeah, the bottom of my wish list now includes stuff to make my life easier here. A new mouse, because this mouse is on its last legs. It'll be okay, whatever. Um, This chair is not a. It's not an office chair. It is just a chair, and so I put a butt pad on there because I'm gonna need a butt pad. These are things I'll probably pick up anyway, but if somebody wants to get that, if somebody's like looking at the list of things they could buy me that and just don't seem to be interested in what's available, here are some things, and one of them is also a clip lamp. Uh, it ain't no sitting chair. Lord Crescent, it's not a work chair. This is a chair this is the chair you sit on when you got to put your shoes on before you leave. It is perfectly fine for what it is. It is not good for this. The other short-term thing that I have to solve, which I did not solve, is so I have my work table here. It's a folding table. It's a long one. It goes pretty far. My computer is on it at the end of the table because there's carpet. So the PC can't go in the carpet. That's not going to happen. We're not going to build yet, so I'm going to go back to this. PC is not going on the carpet. So I need a some sort of platform thing to put that on so it's erased off of the carpet. But because I don't want it up here, the fan's going, and I just don't want it near that. I want it tucked away a little bit and not near things. Also, it's like I don't want to put that extra weight on this table if I don't have to. You may have noticed that behind me are boxes of model kits, one that we're working on tonight and one that we're working on in the future. Uh, there was art that I don't love as far as display goes, and I thought this was a easy solution. Was instead of just having a bare walls and just have a yellow background, I would just put up the boxes of kits that I have. Um, I didn't. I have some kits of my own to build for the future that don't have the boxes because I didn't want to go with these, but these got shipped here. So eventually, when more boxes come in, they'll rotate out. I thought that was a fun solution. Um, I don't know. Maybe it's not, but I thought it was pretty fun. Okay. Hey, we're building. I'm going to retweet and we're going to get to building. I got my water at a good enough distance away from being a problem. I've got my gong. I've got my soundboard. I've got all my tools. I have everything I need to build. As I said, I wish the lighting was better in here. That is unfortunately not a thing I can fix right now. I'm going to retweet that we're building. Let the people know. Uh, I real goofed on that one. Okay. All right. So let's get to building. This is the Justice Gundam. I don't know much about it. I built a little bit of it just to kind of get my fingers working because it's been a little while since I worked on a kit. So I wanted to get my fingers kind of warmed up a little bit. But yeah, we're working on the Justice Gundam. I gotta tweak this here. I think yeah, yeah. I think that's good. I'm still working on framing and figuring everything out. Uh, as I said, I'm working on a folding table here, kind of as my desk. Uh, I'm just working on it when I can work on it and figuring out what I can figure out. And that's the best I can do. Oh, we got Decidedly. Good evening, Pat. Tier 1 subscription. Thank you so much for that, Decidedly. Um, right now, I have audio going to my headphones, which I don't like. But I don't have speakers. I have speakers coming. I have little speakers coming because the ones I had, I ended up junking because they were very old and they didn't need to be coming anywhere or they didn't need to be going in storage. They could go away forever. Uh, but yeah, thank you so much. Reminder, folks, if you use Twitch Prime, you've got to manually renew your subscription. Your token goes again if you use Cash Money, you don't have to do that, but you can also hit the notification because Decidedly is a tier 1 and just let me know that you're renewing, and that's really rad. I appreciate it. Your support means the world to me. Thank you so much. Uh, Saturday was July. We spent a little July 4th together on Saturday, and that was so necessary for me, for my own mental health. Um, that Lego set was really fun to build, and it was just nice to talk to people. I just needed it. You know what I mean? Um, it felt really good to just be with people and and chatting and closing out that part of my life. There's more to come with New York. I'm not done with New York, but I am done for now with New York. So it was nice to build a set and to hang out. That fun little Lego kit, kind of talk a little bit. Um, at my Airbnb. The color scheme on the Gundam is excellent. Totally, Rob. These colors are so great. The like this purple is so nice. This maroon is so nice. Like it is a lovely. These colors are great. Um, oh, I am building right now out of a the box. I do not have my usual assortment of things, so there's a box over here, which unfortunately means that sometimes there's a shadow because the light is right there. When I have my overhead, we won't see a shadow like this, and it won't be a problem. But right now, it's just a little weird. NYC is all muggy right now. You're miss much. I mean, hey, I'm in South Carolina right now, folks. And there's air conditioning. There's central air in here, but this room doesn't have a fan. I might get a fan just to circulate air a little bit. Um, every once in a while, I'm like, oh, it feels a little warm in here. And then I go to the garage um, where there is not air conditioning. And then I'm like, oh, it's not hot at all. It's incredibly comfortable in this house. This is a one-story house here. So I have debated what to say. I am going to keep saying that I live in Myrtle Beach. I will be honest with you right now. I do not live in Myrtle Beach. I live in a small town near Myrtle Beach. But I don't want to keep saying South Carolina. I want to say something that more approaches where I'm at. Um, and so I will just say Myrtle Beach. And in a similar fashion that folks say they live in Chicago when they at best live in Chicagoland and the surrounding areas. I will just say that I live. Robbie, Rabui just subscribed. I used to stay at a small town near Myrtle Beach over the summers as a kid with my family, and it's nice. Thank you so much for that subscription. That's 9 months with Twitch Prime. Let's throw the emotes in the chat and say thank you. Yeah, uh, it's still, we're still getting some emotes and stuff. 300 bits will share emotes with people. Various ways to do that. But thank you so much for renewing. I appreciate it. Yeah. This is I don't know what I was saying. The heat isn't bad. It's gonna get worse. I know it's gonna get worse. All right. So we need J. Um, as I said, one of the things about this that I don't love is um, I didn't bring my shelving thing, and eventually I'll have to figure that out. Near name of large major cities acceptable. Yeah, that's the thing, right? I'm just gonna say this is where I'm at. I'm staying here in lovely Myrtle Beach, and I think that's just an acceptable term for where I'm at. As I said, lighting is my top thing that I'm going to work on as far as the streams go. It's not really a problem for like my gaming stream tomorrow. It's just the building streams I want to make sure look good. So I will endeavor to figure out the smaller holes. Okay, endeavor to figure that out for y'all when I can. It's like you won the Price is Right. A trip to lovely Myrtle Beach. Yeah, I mean, like I said, y'all. Um, it is. This was not the plan, but this is what's happening. Um, having this computer is a huge part of me feeling like this is not a vacation because I have to make sure that I am not in a I'm on vacation mindset because I'm not on vacation. I moved here for a while to do things. But uh, I've only been here during the Christmas holiday and one weekend for my parents' like wedding anniversary. I came here, so for the most part, I've only been here on holidays. But but I never had this, and I streamed on my laptop. We did it this past Christmas, and it worked out fine. But I've never had, uh, my desktop PC. I've never had this set up, which I obviously you can't see, but take my word for it. I've got that set up there. Um, so it's different. Uh, Aristophan says, "Is it lovely Myrtle Beach or lovely Myrtle Beach?" So, Web Scud is following. Thank you for the follow, Web Scud. Appreciate that. Um, so here's the thing: the area is lovely. It's nice to be here. Um, you know, I got off an airplane, and that was weird, and I didn't love that. And then we had dinner at a place that had outdoor seating, and people wore masks to sit down, and then took their masks off, and we did the same. And I didn't love that. I don't love that. My parents are very good about mask wearing, which is excellent since I'm living with them. Um, but it is South Carolina isn't doing its best to take care of people, and things are opening up that probably shouldn't. I'm no scientist, but I do listen to them. I do think that some of this is probably happening too fast, but I don't know. Was emailing with somebody who is doing, that does some stuff that I do similar down here, to see about, work stuff. And he was just like, well, all the stuff you're really qualified for, I don't know if it's going to come back. And I was like, yeah, that makes sense. That's why I'm here, because I was doing that in New York. So we'll see. We'll see what comes of it. I'm kind of optimistic that there might be something for me. I don't know what that entails, but, you know, got to work and earn. Uh, Obviously, can still stream. If things change with that, it will be because I've gotten, busy with something else. Um, but right now, my schedule is the same, including a bonus game stream that's happening tomorrow at 9 p.m. Eastern Time. We're going back to Dungeons and Lesbians, the that we got as part of the itch bundle for racial justice, uh, and we played a little of it, and I really loved that game, so we're going back to it. Um, it's just a really fun, cute visual novel that we're going to check back in on. That I just had a ball playing. We were getting pretty close with somebody, and we're going to see what happens with it. We were learning about them and maybe fall in love with our friend. So we'll have to get back to that. Harold says, well, at least you're not in Florida. I'm pretty sure we're all fucked here. Harold, I am hoping that cooler heads will prevail. That that things will that actions will be forced to be taken. That people will finally be like, oh, all right, we gotta. This isn't working. Uh, Are they putting makeshift outdoor seating instead of just operating like normal with masks? So, Mr. Bob, the thing is that I'm in Myrtle Beach, so there isn't a lot of outdoor seating. They're just trying to tell people not to eat indoors. I have not been to a bunch of places. The one place we went to, there were people inside and there were people outside. Uh, so I don't know if they're making more outdoor seating, but it is like an area. This is a part where outdoor seating is just a thing that exists anyway, because it is. I went for a walk today, folks, and it was 89 degrees. Feels like 95 degrees or 91 or something like that. It was hot and humid, but I wanted to get a walk in. Uh, and yeah, oof, oofa doofa. So yeah, there's outdoor seating, and I don't know if people are being respectful inside and wearing masks or not eating inside. I don't know quite what's going on. I've done some in investigating, but not enough about that stuff. Uh, there's outdoor church services that are happening, but that's not something that I have to think about, which is great. Glad I don't have to worry about that. But yeah, there are people who are trying to just pretend, which is frustrating. Let's see. I can talk about my flight. I'm sure there are people who have been thinking about that haven't flown. So I can talk about that. I flew out of JFK to Charleston, which is 2 hours away. Uh, um, and I went to the JetBlue terminal at JFK, which is the best thing. It's great. It's just a great terminal. And it was a Sunday, but it was pretty laid back and chill. Um, Most of the food court was closed, which I was actually a little surprised about. Um, JetBlue is running at like, I don't know, there were no middle seats. And in fact, the Charleston airport is so tiny, says Webscott. It is. It is a pretty tiny airport. And that was really empty on a Sunday evening. Um, but I'm fine, which I was fine with. But yeah, so hey Pat and chat here for the first South Carolina stream. Right, welcome. Uh, Lighting is a thing I'm working on. That's all I'll say. Everything else is I'm feeling okay about. Lighting is a thing I gotta figure out. But other than that, I'm feeling pretty good. Um, B14, great. And also, yeah. There wasn't somebody in the window seat, so I moved to the window seat, and I had an entire row to myself on the plane, and that was nice. Flight was a little delayed because they were waiting for somebody or for a crew to land, which was fine because it's not that long of a flight from New York to Charleston. Um, so that was okay. Getting there was fine, kind of nerve wracking. Um, but yeah, I felt okay about as okay as I could about flying. Uh, because the food court was pretty empty, I ended up buying pizza from Artichoke, which is a New York chain. And I did not love spending that, but I did get pretty damn good pizza as my last meal in New York. So that was a pleasant surprise. I was not expecting that. Um, I thought I would just get a big sandwich or something. But, pepperoni pizza. And the nice thing was, last New York pizza, yeah. I was able to kind of sit, because there were gates that weren't being used. So I went and sat at a table, like, by myself, and there was nobody around me to eat, which was good, because I needed to do something. And they did, JetBlue did, like, a bag with snacks, like, with a couple snacks in it and a water, instead of doing cart service, which I thought was pretty good. They seem to be handling it as well as they can, all things considered. I certainly would say don't fly if you don't have to, if you have other ways of going. But, all things considered, I thought it was fine. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just like weird. A lot of it is it just all feels weird. As I said, I have to remind myself that this is not. But also, well, I say, hey, this is not a vacation. This is a move, and you have to like think about these things and figure out what you're doing. I say that, but also I am aware, and I hope that you can understand that I need to have some sort of time to process what's going on and what's going on with me. And I have to like give myself the opportunity to be like, this is fucking weird. This is weird what's going on here. So I need I and G. Okay. Um, I don't live in New York right now. I moved with my folks. It's just Rista fan says 2020 it all feels weird. Yeah, I mean it's just like I think I have to give myself permission to feel okay about feeling weird about what's going on. Like I try to stay positive about things. You know me. Y'all know me and you know that's how I try to do things, but at the same time it's like, well, I need to give myself like permission to like feel bad and feel weird and feel like I don't feel like a failure or anything like that, but I do feel weird about what's happened. And I think that's okay to be like, this is a strange situation, and now I can work on figuring out how to fix that, and and right the ship. Uh, yeah, but yeah, Aristovan, I am kind of grieving. Like, I love New York, and I love the version of New York that I lived in, and that version I wasn't living that life, and so it's kind of weird. Hi, Jam, welcome. But now the new experiences and new times, and we're looking at it as an adventure. And somebody said like, "Hey, well, it'll be a lot easier for you to move to somewhere else from there if that's what you want to do." And I was like, "I guess." I mean, as of right now, I don't have plans to move anywhere except back to New York at some point. But I don't know. I don't know what's gonna happen. I don't know what's gonna happen. Got invited to be. Well, I'm on the Gauntlet on Wednesday. So this Wednesday, starting at 7 p.m. Eastern, I'm up first in the Gauntlet, which is speedrunners and friends competing. I already competed once. You may remember me from such competitions of the first round of the Gauntlet where I lost horribly. I have been invited to appear in the losers bracket, which yeah, and that had been postponed, but that's this Wednesday at 7 p.m. I'll most likely host it, so that if folks want to hang out here in this chat, they can do that instead of being in the GDQ chat. But yeah, I'm excited to do it. It'll be really fun. That's on Wednesday at 7 p.m. Eastern. Move to Nebraska, buy a bunch of land, and make an Ode to Gundam building. Yeah, I've had a few friends who are out there. I have a couple friends who had already planned to move to Denver, and they're like, "Well, we're moving to Denver. If you want to come out here." I was like, "I don't. Okay. I don't know what I'm doing in Denver, but thanks for the offer." I don't know. Don't know, folks. Um, But yeah, a lot of my conversation stuff these days right now are going to be probably like getting settled, move related. Uh, oh, hey, so here's the thing. I tweeted about this. Cool Jimmer says, I've been watching a ton of Game Center CX, and one season, I don't know, pretends to be a 90-year-old man talking about Famicom games from the old days, and he just riffs on fake game titles. It's very improvised post-mortem. That's awesome. I've seen some of that show, but not all of it. Yeah, it's a good time. Here's the thing that I didn't realize. So, often, a couple hours before stream, I will have dinner because I gotta eat. I gotta eat food. Y'all know, you get it. I gotta eat some food. Sustenance is required. Often, that is when I watch whatever anime show came out that day. Or if a bunch came out, food is good, right? That day. That's usually when I catch up on anime that came out. So that way I can watch a couple things and then I can talk about it during the stream. And they're also fresh in my mind. Because sometimes if I watch something like... Sometimes if I watch a show on a Tuesday, I have to go and refresh my memory when it gets to Thursday and it's a Thursday stream. Uh, well, I realized I'm like, oh yeah, that's going to be a little difficult because my parents, like, are both retired and most likely will expect me to have meals with them, which is reasonable because I'm living with them. So that's going to cut into my watching time, like my time to watch anime. Uh, but the thing is, my parents eat dinner at 5 p.m. and I forgot about that until I remembered, and I was like, "Oh, this is not a problem because my parents eat dinner at 5 p.m. and it does not matter. I will still have plenty of time to watch anime before the stream starts. I'm just going to be always hungry after a stream because I didn't feel like snacking in between, but I'm going to be at 11 p.m. tonight. I'm going to be scrounging up some snacks for some late night snacking. But yeah, they eat dinner very early because I usually eat at like 7, watch a show, watch 2 shows, get ready for a stream. No, not anymore. You would be closer to me, Pat, if you moved to Denver, get that Rocky Mountain High in all meanings of that phrase. Yeah, I hear you, Epic Open World. I get what you're saying. Uh, but yeah, no, I'm not. I'm not necessarily planning on that. I'm making that move. Um, but yeah, 5 p.m. is just it's just early. It's just early. Um, I'm gonna try to be a 10 a.m. waker because I've been an 11 a.m. waker lately, but I might be an 11 a.m. waker and not worry about it. I woke up today at 10 a.m., but I'm still just a night person, and like I'm gonna be still doing night streams and uh, staying up. Like yeah, I'm gonna be done pretty early with my stream on E1 on my stream that I'm doing on Wednesday. But tomorrow I'm gonna stream at 9 p.m. and like I don't know, we'll stream for an hour and a half or 2 hours or something, and then I'll be decompressing from that and doing stuff. And yeah, uh, my a friend of mine's or my mom's friend, I should say. Um, she and my mom go on walks for exercise, and she was like, "Oh, are you gonna stop walking with me and walk with Patrick?" And I was like, "I'm not walking. I'm not taking a walk at 8 in the morning. Like, no, thank you. Like, that's just not gonna happen. And you got to do it early, or you got to be really tired, really, uh, like me, just start sweating consistently because you went for a walk at 2 in the afternoon." And boy, that was tough. It'll be fine. But it was a fun thing where I'm like, yeah, no, I'm not getting up at 8 in the morning unless I end up with some work stuff that requires me to be up at that time. No, thank you. I'll be good. Okay, so this is gonna go. This looks in here. We're building to the top of the chest here. So this is gonna go. B9. This looks like just trying to line up this piece right. Oh, there we go. We got it. We got it. This is a 2017 kit, I want to say. I'm going to double check when this kit came out, but I believe that was the case. This is a kit from the year. Yes, 2017. So yeah, pretty modern, obviously. Very modern compared to other kits. Alright, so let's find here we go. Uh, Pat, you're doing late night improv comedy for his neighbors in the middle of the street. Yeah. Yeah, no, I thought about doing night walking because like it would be cooler, but there's everything shuts down. Obviously, this is like there's some stuff that stays open late, but really this part of the town like there's nothing. There's also there's nothing in walking distance for me to go to even if I like wanted to go to like a deli or something like convenience store. There's nothing like that. Um, there are no Pokestops or Pokemon gyms in my area at all. Uh, I still play Pokemon Go as I walk because that is a good motivator and a good distraction. And also, it means I don't have to have Google Maps up because I can see some road details, which is kind of fun. And kind of be like, oh, that's a cul-de-sac. Oh, that's a dead end. Oh, that feeds into another thing. Oh, there's a water over. There's water over there. Cool. There's a water feature. Uh, so yeah, I'm your friend who still uses Pokemon Go while they exercise, even in the pandemic. That's still my style. Uh, it happens. That's just where I'm at. Okay, so this lifts up here, or pops open, pops forward, which is fun. I like that. It's hard to see. I love the colors of this. I love like the various dark, but like not black. Like nobody's using black on here, but there's a lot of just really sharp color on this kit. Uh, E, which was this one here. I do miss my shelving unit, but those shelves, like that was just an easy choice not to bring them. Although I do miss them. Webb says my parents are outside of Columbus, and they are also a Pokemon Go dead zone. Yeah, it's just like when I go for a walk, I will catch a Pokemon, um, just by moving around. But yeah, there is no stops near me. Uh, I still play Go, but I'm not doing it out of the way to go outside. Helps that I have a Pokestop in my apartment complex. Yes, Lashbrook. The Airbnb I was at, I could touch two Pokestops, so that was really nice. And I managed. I'm so annoyed. I managed to find two gyms at the JFK airport and put my Pokemon in there to get some gold. Now I have 145 gold, and you need 150 for the incubator. And I was like, I'm so close. Ah. It's not the end of the world, but it is annoying how close I am to having, like, if one of my Pokemon had stayed for just a little longer, gotten me just a little more gold. Niantic the South. Epic Open World, I mean, I think a lot of it is just that the South didn't jump on the game that they had before, which is where a lot of the original Pokestops came in. I think they just, I think it was mostly a city thing, and so it was hard. Or like for me, it's like, well, if I went to my mom's church, which I usually just do on Christmas, and have no plans to go, especially now, but even before that, um, the church is a Pokestop, so I can, or it's a gym, so I can always like, I would always be able to get like a few things that way. But just around here, I also like said, like I'm in an area here where there's just like there's nothing I can walk to. Once you get your car, you can find local Pokemon Go hotspots. Yes, Mr. Bob. Uh, um, the plan is to get my license again. I let my driver's license expire quite some time ago, and the plan is since I have access to a car here, my parents have vehicles, is to retake my driver's license or driver's test when I can do that, if and when I can do that, um, and retake my driver's test, and then get my license again, and then yeah, once I have a license, I can like find excuses to go places, and then also get some Pokemon while I do that. But it's not the highest priority. It's mostly like it's nice to be able to catch some stuff while I'm walking around, but my fear is that I'm going to what I don't want to have to do is just put money into it because I have run out of Pokeballs and then also run out of coins to buy more Pokeballs, and then I have to put money in it to get Pokeballs, and I'm like, I would prefer not to do that. I have put some money into Pokemon Go. I've certainly got a lot of enjoyment out of it, but I prefer not to put more money into it. The ocean, make the ocean one big Pokestop. Yeah. Well, when I go into um, I wonder what the difference about the license process is. I don't know. I don't know, Lord Creston. I will find out. I have not done any research. I will say, one of the things I have not done is I have started to like talk to businesses and put my resume out there and list this as my address and do that. But uh, being in a go dead stop will cause you to run out of balls much faster. Yeah, Mr. Bob, I'm expecting that. I mean, you're getting bonuses because they give you a quest a day. Um, it's usually pretty easy to finish up, but lately, and they've been giving out like some free Pokeballs. They get like free things they give out, which has been nice. But yeah, not having access to Pokestops. I'm just I I was in New York, even in Brooklyn. Like if I walked to the grocery store, I could walk by two gyms and a whole mess of spin a bunch of Pokestops and find a bunch of Pokemon, and like it was never an issue in my neighborhood. So now things are different. Uh, but yeah, and I just have to keep my eyes on my Pokeball inventory. And then, yeah, if I put a little money into it while I walk around, like, okay. Yeah, I just wish there was like one. Look, if there was one Pokestop near me, then that would just be what my walking route would be every day, is I would go to that. But I've looked on it, I like zoomed out really far, and it's just like nothing. So, oh well. It'll have to be when I go and run errands, help out with errands, that I'll be able to get get some poker spins in. And then of course, you're a passenger in a car, and you've got to hope that you're not driving by that Pokestop too fast for it to not register. That you're like at a light or something, or there's traffic, and then you can get your spin in. That's always a bummer when you're like, oh, cool, there's a Poke. Oh no, no, we sped past that, did not process it. By the time it wanted to register, we were already gone. Oh well. In the second hour, we will talk about anime. I have an episode of a show, a show that returned. We have a new series to talk about, and we have an actually not too bad episode of a ongoing show. So yeah, we'll have a few things to talk about there. Um, New shows are happening. They are a bit slow to come out, but they are coming out. So um, I put out a video. I'll mention it. Gata High School is pretty good. Yeah, we'll chat about that. Friend code exchange is a good way to get gifts. Yeah, that's totally true, Webscott. And then you just have to. But if you don't have Pokestops, you run out of gifts to give. So that can be rough. Uh, um, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah. Yeah, we'll talk about some anime stuff. I did put a video out, which I will link in when it's time to link to that, about uh, Pepper's Anime Club, which I'll put a new episode out today. It's my preview for the summer, talking about two shows that I think like these could be good, real good, and then two shows that I'm like, these might not be good, but I'm still gonna watch them. Uh, Also, on Thursday, I'm going to talk about the next build stream, which will be on Thursday. I'll be able to talk about the fourth OAD, the direct to DVD, direct to digital, um, of that time I got reincarnated as a slime. The third one was the best of the three, and this is the continuation of that one. And I'm excited about that because, as I said, the last one was good. So this will be pretty fun, and it's yeah, I like the story. Whereas the first one is a fever dream, literally, and the second one is a beach scene, but it's at a lake, and they're worthless. This third one was like, oh, him with the kids that he had been teaching, and now they're like going on an adventure. I have watched some of Food Wars. If people loved Food Wars the way that show loves food, we would all be very large people. Yeah, but open world. So the thing with Food Wars is, I wish I didn't like it. I wish I didn't think that Megumi was one of my favorite supporting characters in any show because she's fucking awesome and so great. She is just such a wonderful character. I wish I did not like her. I wish I did not like the show as much as I do because I do like that show and it is just garbage. I'm excited for this next season. They got me in this new season by being like, oh, well, your favorite character is going to be important in this arc. And it's like, fuck off. She's not going to be that important about it. But all right, you win. Give me your garbage. It's not a good show. But it's also great. It's great and nonsense, and as it goes on, I think it gets better and better. I don't know if we needed this season right now because I think the last season, the last plate, I should say, ended in such a cool way that I was like, I don't know about this next one, but whatever. It's coming back. I like the show. Pat's good. Okay, like ours. Here's the thing, Epic Open World. I talked about a show that came out on Saturday. It's not good, but I'm going to watch every episode of it. The Misfit of Demon King Academy was very fun. It's not a good show. And like I'll say that it's like it is not a quality thing. This is not going to like win awards. There're going to be plenty of people that are like, "No, what?" And I'll be like, "Yeah, it's not great, but it's very good." And I really liked the first episode, and I can't wait to watch the second episode on Saturday. Like, it's exactly what the kind of nonsense that I want it to be. Like, I'm gonna watch that show about the busty, annoying girl who just likes to bother her very serious former neighbor. Uzumaki-chan wants to hang out. I'm gonna watch that show. That's not gonna be good. But that being said, I draw the line at complete garbage. I like garbage, but I don't like complete garbage. So that being said, I'm not watching the show about the fantasy world with all the monster girls who go to this doctor. I'm not going to watch that show. That's not something that I want to watch. I'm not going to watch the show where amorous feelings make this superhero girl squad better. And that's the selling point of the show. I'm like, nah, busty, annoying girl show. Pat, you described so many shows. Indeed. It's called Uzumaki-chan Wants to Hang Out. She's not really annoying so much as she knows that she bothers her childhood friend. So she really enjoys bothering him. Like that's the element of the show. All right, we got to put a sticker on this. We need stickers 1 and 2. But yeah, it is like I'm okay with like watching some shows that are just like whatever. But I'm not here for some shows that there are shows that like are crossing a line that I'm just like no thanks. Not my jam. Not interested. And we'll see what else comes out this season. I'll talk about the new show that came out that I liked and the new episode in a little bit once we take our pause for the cause. If you're new here to the stream, every stream about halfway through, I take a brief break to talk about ways you can support the channel, talk about various ways to do that if you'd like. Hello, Sparkle Boots. Welcome. We're working on the Justice Gundam. I'm here in South Carolina, which is my new home for a while. Got my computer came in the mail this afternoon, so I got it set up, which is good. but it's not done. So the number one thing is lighting. I'm gonna fix the lighting in here, y'all. I think I can move the lamp that is right here more towards behind it because I can pull the table out a little bit and get a little more light behind, and I think that's really going to help because I think I'm well enough lit, but the table needs that. So that is a priority. But honestly, my big priority was get this computer working and make sure everything ended up being okay because I was a little worried about that. Turned out all right, but I was a little concerned about that. Getting everything together and making sure it all worked out. Because you know, I shipped a computer. Kind of terrifying. And then it didn't arrive. Stream looks good. Can't seem to get my lighting right. Yeah, I mean that Sparkle Boots, that's always been the thing. One of the benefits I had when I was building before was when I was using my green screen, well, I had to have lighting to light the green screen, and that ended up also lighting my build area. The real thing I need to work on, as I said, is just figuring out how to get some light up here shining down without it being like big hot spots. Also, when I light this area, I have to make sure I'm also not splashing light on me and washing me out. And it's okay, and I'll figure it out. Mostly, I'm just like happy to get any of this together, and I'm so glad. Y'all, I'm just so glad my computer is here and working fine. And that everything is working good. And as expected, because I was a bit nervous about it. But yeah, everything's working out, which is good. Okay. All right. And then let's put the rest of this head together. We're making some good progress in this kit. Howdy, Bald. Welcome. Getting up and running is an important thing. Yeah, I mean, that was the real thing was like I had my laptop and I was ready with my laptop to stream, but having the computer, like my desktop, it means that I can I'm recording locally without there being a problem. Now I do have to upload, and my good 100 upload is gone, and I'm at 11 upload. But it means that the video will be processing as it uploads, and so once it's done uploading, it'll probably be ready to go. Whereas previously, my videos would upload so quickly that I would just have to sit and watch them process because that was the hard part. Sparkle says, I just moved my PC down to my gunpla room. I'm still figuring out how to set it all up and build streams. Similar situation. Had my laptop down here before. Yeah. I mean, it's just the thing of like figuring all these things out, right? Also, my previous apartment, I had a wired interconnection. Now I'm using a wired card. I got a PCI card, and it has an adapter thing, and that's working up. Setting up a little thing takes time. Yeah, I mean, Bald Ridge, that's the thing. Like, folks that watched my Saturday stream saw me stream from an Airbnb with my laptop and one camera, and using my laptop camera, and then 2 days later, I'm streaming with my original setup on a folding table, and I'm doing my best. As I said, yeah, I mean, like, my PC is on the table at the end. I don't want that, but I don't want it on the floor right now because there is carpet. But I don't have a thing to put it on yet. I need like, an apple crate or something, or a step stool, something made of wood. But I didn't make that happen yet. I will. I just didn't get to it because that was lower on the priority than getting this together. Because then I would like to have where my PC is, just put stuff there. Basically, model kits. It took me a few weeks to get where I was comfortable with the lighting on my face cam. Yeah, I mean, that's that's where I'm at, right? Like I'm pretty happy with the lighting here and the ambient lighting I have in this, but my overhead lighting is not where I would like it, and I have to figure that out. Also, going 16 by 9, I'm probably going to physically move this camera closer, so I can zoom a little bit more. Um, but I don't have to physically zoom because digital zoom is at we are at the point where it is done doing what it wants to do. It is zoomed all it wants to zoom. All right, put that there. And then we can put this like this. All right. We're getting some real work done here on this Justice Gundam. We'll finish the head up and then we'll take our pause for the cause, which is I usually do an hour in. Mario Maker streams are way more fun when you can see the reactions. Oh yeah, like seeing I always say like, like hey, if all you can do is stream yourself, if all you can do is put yourself out there and just stream content, if you got a capture card, if you got a PlayStation 4 and you can stream that and you can just have your audio, like if that's all you can do what all you can do, all of that. When I first started, I was on my laptop. I had my laptop webcam. Then I got another webcam that I had on a tripod, a really big, annoying tripod, because that's what I had. And I'd have it set up and angled just right so it would go over the laptop. And then I would like talk directly and build in front of it. And it was not ideal, but it worked for what I wanted to do. And then as I slowly got my PC together and got that built, and then I went into a 2 monitor setup, which I have now, which is great because it's OBS is in its one big thing, or gain stream footage, and over there stream from your Xbox and stream directly to Mixer. Oh wait, yeah. But that for some people that was how they worked, and it worked for them. Um, but yeah, having yourself in the corner, if you can get that going, if you can get all of those things working. It's not the easiest thing in the world. Like OBS, OBS is like even stream OBS. I think is the way to go. I use regular OBS because a friend of mine made a really nice tutorial about using it years ago, and I learned from that. Uh, and so then I just figured it out as I went. Uh, and I think I've got a pretty good handle on what's going on with it, and they've made it better. But there are other options out there as well. My next big step is saving to get a PC and streaming what I can from a laptop. Yeah, it works out. I think it works out pretty good. The fact that I can do build streams for my laptop, I've always been really happy about. I did that Hearthstone stream last week for my laptop, and that was the first time I'd ever done anything like that, and that was nice to be able to do. Yeah, if folks that stream, like let people know. Um, if you're out there doing some stuff, getting some stuff done, feel free to share the your names there. But yeah, the fact that I've been able to build streams, I've done build streams from San Diego, a hotel room in San Diego, an Airbnb in Seattle, my parents' place here, my apartment in New York. Like I've been able to do it a bunch of different places, and it's been really nice to be able to do that. Uh, it's always brought me a lot of enjoyment, and especially the last year or so, it has just been nice to have something like this to do. All right, put that sticker on. Put on our crown. Oh yeah, our head is done. We've gotten a lot done in an hour. Heck yeah. Nice. Okay, so we're going to take a pause for the cause. First and foremost, thank you all so much for watching the stream. If you're new to the channel, what's happening right now is I'm just going to talk about ways that people can support the channel if they want. They're under no obligation to do so. You don't have to do anything. You can just watch. If you'd like to give me a follow, please consider doing that and turning your notifications on so you know when I go live. I tweet about my stream schedule at twitter.com/PatBaer. You can throw the Bear Cave, the Lego, the Scythe emote, as Christian did and Lashbrook did. If you're a subscriber, you're under no obligation to do so, but if you'd like to become a subscriber, you can use your Twitch Prime coin if you have Amazon. You can link that. I appreciate that. I'm glad you're back into it, Bald. But yeah, Aristophan just gifted a tier 1 sub to Mudon. Congratulations, welcome. Welcome to it. Let's hit the applause. Sparkle Boots is now following. Thank you very much. Aristophan just shared some. We got some emotes from that. Thank you for gifting. Yeah, gifting subs is a great way to support the channel. You can use your Twitch Prime coin if you link your Amazon Prime with your Twitch. You can use Cash Money. You're under obviously no obligation to do that, but if you'd like to, it means a lot. I also have a Patreon. I had a large supporter on my Patreon drop, so my Patreon numbers have gone down a little bit. If you'd like to join that, that's an alternative. Definitely not both. You can be both. But that's for like, well, I don't want to give you $5 a month, but like $3 a month, there's an option. $1, $3, $5, $10, different rewards. 5 and 10 get videos early. 10 are going to be voting on what I build after I'm done going through my wish list because I have a backlog of some stuff for me to build, and they'll be able to pick that. But yeah, it's just a way to support the stream if that's something you'd like to do. Again, no obligation to do any of that. Also, if you're like, hey, Pat, I can't do it all the time, but like I could send you your coffee a little bit. Oh, Def Beats has just gifted 1 tier to the community. Kowalski just got a gift. Thank you so much for that. I appreciate that. Welcome to the leaderboard for gift giving. Thank you so much. But yeah, enjoy the emotes and being a subscriber and not seeing ads at the start of the stream or pre-roll ads when you come in. That's awesome. Thank you so much for sharing the love. Appreciate it very much. But yeah, I have some donations, and this all goes to buying kits and equipment. So I'll mention my wish list. I have a few technical things on my wish list, like I got a butt pad on there because this chair is not comfortable. I want to get an overhead light. I want to get that I can clip on actually to my monitor stand and just clip it over. I want to get I need a new mouse. Better clippers, that kind of stuff. Those are one way to support the channel, but you don't have to worry about that. But anything I get through Patreon, through Twitch, through those donation things, that goes to me buying kits and equipment. Also, if you're watching this later on YouTube, hi people, I know some of you are out there watching on YouTube because you can't watch live. You can see all these in the show description. We're going to get back to building in a moment or two, but I do want to go. I mentioned I updated my Amazon wish list. There's a pre-order for a Raulu and Lucario. Rilu. I don't know how to say the tiny guy name, but Lucario. They're a model kit. It's a Pokemon model kit. That's a pre-order that's going to go out at the end of the month. But that's on the way wish list. It'll all be sent here to South Carolina. So you go, you buy something on there, and then it jumps the line. This was bought by my friend Jeremy. He bought it for my birthday, which is rad of him. It's a big, expensive Master Grade. I love that he did that. I got a bunch of stuff on there. I put some new stuff on there. And then, as I mentioned, at the very bottom of the list is technical things. Like I said, I got snipper clips, a new mouse, the new wireless mouse, a clip thing, a reading light, night light thing that should be good, that I can put on I can clip to my monitor stand. And a butt pad. Just a cushion from a butt. Those are things. If you're like, I don't want to buy anything from Amazon, Pat, but I'll buy you a gift card to somewhere. Well, there's a USA Gundam store. You could get a gift card to USA Gundam store. They send you an email with the code. Then you whisper me on Twitter or Twitch, DM me on Twitter, and just be like, here's your gift card. You buy something, and I'll buy something. That is another way to support the channel. I have a Discord. Join my Discord. It's full of lovely people. The Discord is great, and we would love to have you in the old Discord. Oh yeah, water is over here. People post photos, things they're working on. I post photos, things I'm working on. I put all the links to stuff I put out there. Chai Squared was just gifted a sub. Uh, that's so awesome. Thank you so much. And a hype train has started because of that. Kawasaki just gifted a sub to Chai Squared, passing it on, which I really appreciate. Thank you so much. Enjoy having some emotes and being here. I'm going to hit the old applause. And welcome to the Bear Cave. Yeah. And then, yeah, we had a hype train. So everyone wants to get some sub gifts or gift subs, renew a sub, get their own sub, or throw in some bits, get the leaderboard in bits. I don't know. Now's the time you could do that. Under no obligation. As always, my friends. Under no obligation to do any of that stuff. All right. A couple little links I want to share with you. It's time to share some links. Pat Baer's Anime Club. A new episode went up today where I talk about the shows I'm excited about this season. I talk about 4 shows. One of those shows I talk about in there, I'm going to talk about after this break is over. Sorry. Oh, Harold just cheered 20 bits. Thank you, Harold. Appreciate that. Thank you, friend. Baering the List. I did one on beverages. I'll have a new one for Wednesday, but this is the one from last Wednesday. And let's talk about some anime, and let's get back to building. It's time to get back to building and talk about some anime. So, oops. Just going to go over here, and then I got to do this. All right, I got 3 shows to talk to you about. First and foremost, it's back. It came back a couple weeks ago. Extra Olympia, Kyklos. It is the weirdest thing. It's just a weird show. It's like a 5-minute episodes, and they're very strange. I don't think it's good, but I do think it exists, and you could watch it if you wanted to. But I don't know. I don't kind of know what to tell you, folks. It's a weird show. We can move the mouse out of the way. Get back to our building. We got to work on arms. We've gotten so much of this done. Now it's arm day. So we get some arms going here. Yeah. Like I said, I don't know if it's good, but it is interesting, and it's a weird art style. Bald Ridge just cheered 100 bits. Oh, hey, I have bits. Now you have bits. Well, thank you so much, Bald Ridge. That's awesome. I really appreciate that. And we are indeed on a hype train here. But yeah, let's hit the old applause there. Thank you so much for those bits. We're on level 2 on our hype train. The train has left the station, y'all. It's a choo-choo train. Thank you. But thank you, everybody, for your support. It does mean a lot to me. Okay. So we need some J pieces here, and then we're going to be working on our arms here, and then we'll be building them out, seeing what's going on. We'll do one, and then we'll do the other. Yeah, it's got this, like, Monty Python-inspired Terry Gilliam, like, art animation style that, like, is interesting and weird, and I think I like it, but I still don't know if I like the show. But it's fun to watch and quick. All right, let's talk about the new anime, The God of High School. That's right, it's a fighting anime. We start with shots of, I don't fucking know, some dude and some other dude, and the prime minister is maybe bad news, but the people that are talking shit to him are also bad news people, and then they get fucked up, and then he's like, there's not much time. And then we know that there's a fighting tournament where high school students from all across, I don't know, are invited to compete. And we've got our main character. He's a goofy-looking dude. He's there to fight and make friends, I guess. He wants to make friends with fighting and fight cool people. We meet a girl who knows a thing or three about using a boken. She's rocking a boken and doing her thing with her boken, which was cool. I liked seeing that. And it's like, yeah, it's like a lot of fighting, martial arts, stuff. There was another guy. Seems to he uses, I believe he uses Taekwondo, but he seems to be like a trained martial artist who instead of just a freeform fighter, and he also is works at a convenience store at night. So I think he is doing this to, I don't know, earn money. But I don't know why there's a fighting tournament. I don't know why so many people, why it's public and people know about it, because there's clearly an audience for it and people psyched about it and people that have their favorites. And then it starts with a battle royal because of course it does. Action's good. I mean, there's a whole scene where three of our main characters meet each other and have like a meet cute while helping people and seeing what's up. But then the fight. Here's the thing: the fighting looks good. There's a dude reading a book with one hand and hitting people with a baseball bat with the other, and I'm like, I like that guy. There's definitely a dude like in like a really like sharp dressed gi, just doing karate and looking kick ass. Like that guy seemed awesome. Uh, there's like a bunch of like minor characters that I'm like, okay, all right, I don't know what's going on. Uh, you never need a reason for a fighting tournament just because it puts people together. Yeah, I mean, Epic Open World. Apparently, there is a plot and there is like things because there are like people and I don't know. It seems like our main guy actually like on purpose or accidentally injured somebody that was there to test him to get him in, which is unheard of or something. And we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We just know there's like our guy likes to fight people. It seems nice. Uh, it is a webtoon. One thing I thought was actually kind of fun and kind of cool because it's a webtoon, but it's also a College Humor original. College Humor, Crunchyroll. It's a Crunchyroll original. I misspoke there. Um, so one of the things I thought was neat about that, being that it is a Crunchyroll, is that they had like fight girls standing in front of like one of those things that you have like a step and repeat that you would have like at like a PAX, it says like PAX and then whatever and the sponsor and Twitch or whatever, but it just said Crunchyroll and Webtoon, and I thought that was like a fun thing, like a fun little like haha. Um, that seemed like a fun little reference. Uh, also, oh, I okay, yeah. So I hit a there. Um, One of the things I thought was kind of neat about the show is the art style is that everybody has that like um tan over their nose, like they're all drunk. Like that kind of like drunkards thing. And I was like, that's a weird choice. And I still think it's a weird choice, and I don't know why. It's just the art style choice, I guess. Uh, oh, this is the wrong piece. I pulled the wrong piece out. But yeah, overall, God High School looks like a good fighting tournament. I think the art style is really fun. I think the opening song is kind of like it was pretty good. Um, a lot of openings to shows like this are just awful, and this one was not awful. I don't think it was great. I don't know if I'm going to be humming along, but I did think that it was like better than I had anticipated. So that's nice. And yeah, so if you're looking for a new show and you want something action oriented, this seems to be the show to check out because it doesn't involve samurais and time travel, which is another action show that's coming out this season that didn't look as good as this. So, um, and then One Piece. There was an episode of One Piece. One Piece comes out late Saturday night, but it comes out like during my Saturday stream, so I can never watch it live. So I always watch it the next day. Um, Stuff happened in this episode. Surprisingly, we are left with a fun cliffhanger, which is Queen, one of King's um, like beast, like lieutenants or whatever, seems to be just a real not smart person. Um, Made the call that Luffy is going to have to fight a bunch of people And if he steps, it's suicide sumo. If he steps off the edge of it, then he will then his like neck will get cut off. But they removed the stone that is protecting Luffy, or that is the sea stone, which is basically like blocks all of his powers, and he can't use hockey and he can't do anything. And that seems like a big mistake because even though he's tired, like Luffy's still strong as shit. Like that's a big old mistake. Also, there was a ninja guy that was trying to get the keys to the stone to save Luffy that way, and it's very funny that he totally didn't need to do that because they just went ahead and removed it. And I thought it was kind of cool. We also found out that the old man used to be a big deal and didn't want to betray people and is like lived in as a prisoner for a really long time. And that rules that he had like a story. I figured he did have some kind of story, but just seems like a nice old man. So knowing that he had something going on, I was like, that's cool. I like that. But yeah, it was a good, surprisingly good episode of sorry, J17 of One Piece. Stuff happened in it. Uh, Wait, there are ninjas in One Piece now. Christian, there are ninjas in so they're in the land of Wano, which is the land of the samurai. We've seen the samurai before, right? There are also ninja. There is a ninja guy that is friends with the samurai, and there's also a ninja lady who is a supporting character, and she uses sexy nimpo, but she is not attractive. Ha 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 ha! It's bad. She's a bad supporting character. But uh, maybe we only think she's unattractive, and her ninjutsu actually works. It's a terrible story. But yes, yeah. There's a sumo. There's been a lot. They're in the land of Wano. They're in the land of the samurai. We've seen some samurai before that came from the land of Wano. There's a whole storyline with them. It's a whole thing. It's been, like I said, some of these episodes were real tough. Well past being surprised by anything being in One Piece. Yeah. Um, the fact that Queen seems such like a goof, like a nonsense thing. Like I'm like, I wonder if he's actually powerful. He must be actually powerful because he has seemed like such a goober that like he must have some sort of ability that we're gonna see in the show. But I don't know. He might just be a goober. Someone could pull a laptop and I'd be like, sure, yeah. Who knows? It'll all work out. Also, it looks like Sanji's gonna get some fights going next episode. It looked like next episode was gonna be the start of a bunch of fights. Now, of course, those fights will take a very long time because pacing is not their suit right now because they just want to stretch out everything forever. But it looked like there's going to be some fight scenes, and that's pretty good. I'll enjoy that. And that's it for anime, y'all. I mean, new season's starting, right? So like, let's see. Crunchyroll's not good about telling me when new things are coming out this week, but Funimation will let me know. I have to log in again for some reason. It wants to log me out. But I know that there's the OAD for That Time I Got Reincarnated as a Slime. The fourth one is coming out this week. Uh, Schedule. Let's look. Funimation will hopefully have some stuff this week into next week. I mean, new things are coming. Uh, yeah. Okay. Let's see. Tomorrow is a new show called Muyu and Rochi's Bureau of Supernatural Investigation. Or I guess that started a little while ago and they're just getting it. But that didn't seem like something I cared about. Decadence is on Wednesday. That's a new show that I'm excited about. Uh, so I'm definitely going to check that out on Wednesday. And I want to say that um, that tomorrow we're getting a new episode of Black Clover. That the new episode that they're coming back this week, but it might be next week because, as I said, Crunchyroll literally does not have its schedule up for tomorrow. Like, so I'm like, okay. Uh, let's see. Annie chart might tell me. I'll keep working on this while I look up that info. Gotta find the other F. Summer. Yeah, Decadence. New Fire Force. Gibete doesn't seem like something I care about. That's a couple days away. Let's look at. Oh, it's season 2 of Miyo and Roji. Yeah, that's not something I care about. ReZero, this second season's coming out. That I don't really like ReZero. I know some people really like it. It's not my thing. My teen romantic comedy Snafu that had been delayed. That's coming out, but I'm not super into that. Has anyone Uzumaki? Oh, Funimation has Uzumaki-chan, so that is going to be in 3 days. Okay, so that's coming up. So that'll be one of my weekend viewings. Rent a Girlfriend doesn't look good. Yeah. Heck yeah. Second episode of. Okay, so Uzumaki-chan wants to hang out. It's going to be on Fridays. Okay, that'll be part of my weekend. My weekend of anime stuff. Saturday's going to be a good day for anime again. That's fun. I like that. Folks, we got another half an hour or so of building, and we are now in the portion where I say, do y'all got anything you want to chat about? Because I talked about all the stuff I had going. I am going to endeavor to have things to talk about as we get through this and the new normal of my new life right now. But I have basically said the things that I needed to say or wanted to say, and I don't have anything else. So I apologize. If there's anything that you want to ask me about, you don't have to use the ask a question thing and use your channel points on that. You're more than welcome to. You can just ask it. But yeah, if you've got anything you want to ask me. So Trackmania 2020 came out. Yeah, I guess it did, Mr. Bob. I'll tell you. I do not like watching or playing that game. I like that versions of Trackmania exist where nonsense can happen and people can have a very good time with their nonsense. I'm always pro nonsense. The GB Unofficial Classic for the new Trackmania is out. Great. I wish I had a good question. Harold, that's okay. It's fine, buddy. Don't worry about it. But thank you. I appreciate it. Yeah, no, the real gist of it is that uh I think that people have a good time with it. And I hope that people have a great time. I'm not a car racer person, not a car game person. Just never been my bag, never been my jam. Um, but as I said, I do want people to have a good time and have fun, and it seems like people have a good time and have fun with that, and that rules. Yeah, I mean it needs it. Look, here's the thing. Trackmania, out of the box Trackmania is not what people want. People want modified, weird, dubstep remix of Wonderwall. Yeah, people want Do You Believe in Love, the remix, to start playing backwards for no reason. Uh, they want their jank weirdness, and they want it now. And hopefully they get that jank weirdness, and they have just the best dang time playing. That's all I can hope for my friends who seem to just love this game. I hope you all get exactly what you want out of it, and it really works hard to give you more The mods were what killed Canyon. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I don't know. I think that, like, I hope that people have a good time with it. I don't pretend to know enough about the game. It's not necessarily for me. Um, I got a new weird deck in Hearthstone I'm playing. There's a card called King Pharaohs. It's a 10 cost minion that uh, puts on the battlefield a for every spell card you have in your hands, it will put a random card on there that is the same mana cost as the spell. So if you have a bunch of big mana spell cards, you can put out a bunch of things. Well, I got that out of a pack. I didn't have King Ferris before. So I have made a thing. So there is a Warlock card that if you draw a card, you draw a minion, and it costs 5 less if you have 8 cards in your hand, which you also want for that to work. So you can tutor it out. If it's the only minion in your deck, you can tutor it out on turn 5, and then suddenly you have just a really big weird board on turn 5. It's not a good deck, but it's a fun bad deck. It's not a great fun bad deck, but it's a pretty fun bad deck. It's a bummer custom skins are locked behind the $30 a year tier. Yeah, Lastbrook, I mean, also, Jeff pointed out, and it's totally right, the fact that this came out when it did and exactly when their new thing came out, their new shiny, just goes to show a lot about where their priorities are for that game, and that is definitely a shame. Uh, hey, I want my buddy Eric to be able to talk about the game that he's been part of the community team for a long time, and he's getting to like do some work, and I'm excited about that. But it's very clear that Ubisoft is just like, oh yeah, Trackmania, yeah, okay, yeah, that can come out, which is a bummer. I don't know. But yeah, I'm playing a Hearthstone deck that's real weird and pretty bad. I'm playing it in a wild because some of the wild cards that you can pull are great and can get some big spells. Also, if I play it in wild, I have another card that I can play that is a good complement to it that isn't in standard. So it works out okay. All right. Uh, the pricing system seems bad until you realize that everyone is paying for the social aspect rather than the other free to play. Okay. Just need to hire Jeff Gerstmann as spokesman to track. I mean, Epic Open World, like, if there was ever a series, like a game series, where that Jeff would be like a great community like organizer of it, and also like someone that like could come in as a producer to like make weird cool changes, like that would be an interesting fit, I would say. If you told me that Jeff was leaving Giant Bomb for to quote unquote fix Trackmania, I'd be like, hell yeah, he is. All right, go for it. Going to Canada, gonna fix Trackmania. Like I think that would be a very strange choice, but it would be pretty cool. I'd support it. What's going on here? I'm excited about Harmonix's new game, Fuser. I hope they announce a release date soon. Right now, it's fall. I mean, Harold, everything's up in the air. Like, right? It's like, as long as they can continue to work on Fuser from home and are getting stuff done, like, yeah, it's hard. Like, release dates of consoles aren't out yet. So, like, Drew is gonna fix Track Cool Jammer. That's Drew's job. Yeah, I don't necessarily think that's where Drew Scanlon's ended up, but uh, well, working for Ubisoft right now does not seem like the best choice. Epic World, you're not wrong. That is a company that needs to clean house and fix its shit. So you're not wrong about that. They are certainly in a position where they need to right the ship. A lot of media shop. Okay. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know much about Fuser. I haven't really been paying attention, but that seems cool. I've been on a game buying freeze. The I haven't even been buying Hearthstone packs. I've just been unlocking them with gold. Oh, I'm so excited about having my PC back to play Hearthstone and not have to like only use my laptop for Hearthstone. Oh, I can just put it up in one of these monitors. That's going to be nice. Play a little bit tonight, maybe. I don't know. I have to. My viewing tonight will be because I normally watch it live, but I was at the airport getting ready to get on a plane when Kathleen's Island tour for Loading Ready Run went up. So I missed that. So I caught some of it, but it's like a 3-hour show. So I'm going to catch the rest of it tonight. That's my late night plans. This is what I'm going to watch in the evening. Excited about that. That'll be fun. Fuser is the digital version of DropMix without having to collect physical cards. Okay, that seems cool. I think Ubisoft needs to say something about the issues. Yeah, at Epic World, one would hope that they would address what's going on and not just you know put out a tweet and then say, yeah, we're figuring things out, and then be like, ah, yeah, games, 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 games. All right, we need F's and we need C. We need the C. Gotta find C. We need C. 21. All right, gotta find the other C. But yeah, I've kind of been on a buying freeze right now. Obviously, with everything going on, and I'm excited to play a small game tomorrow. I'm gonna play. I'm very excited to go back to Dungeons and Lesbians. Continue where we left off on that story. We were getting close with the smart bookwormish trans girl in our crew, uh, and that was neat. We're like seeing what's up. But I think we were like vibing, and then her brother came in the room, and then we were embarrassed, and our friends are gonna come back, and it's like, oh no. I picked up, oh yes, Uramagi Generation Steam Sale. That game is fucking awesome, Cool Jammer. That's my game of the year so far. That game is great. Uh, its art style, I think, is really awesome. I think it eases into saying like we have actually something to say about what's going on. And then when it does, I think it does a great job. It's not perfect by any means, but it is certainly a labor of love that I think is pretty awesome. Um, so yeah, I would say that is a quality game. I think the people that I watch streams of that play a lot of games, almost all of them are seemingly done with The Last of Us, which is great because that means they'll play games that I want to watch because I didn't want to watch them play The Last of Us. I'm sure not everyone that I follow is done. Some people are probably still playing, but I'm not interested, especially right now, particularly, but in general, just was not going to be interested before that. Certainly in this climate, what's going on in the world now, and what's been going on there. I'm just like, nah, I'm good. I'm good. Um, let's see. All right. We can build some hands here. I guess. Do that. We'll get that started at least. We got our arms mostly, yeah, our arms are just about done. We got to do some shoulders, but uh, actually, let's do the shoulders now. We'll stay because the arms are tiny pieces, and I might just do that off stream because you know me. Sometimes the tiny pieces don't work, especially tiny pieces at the end of a stream aren't necessarily great for me. So that might just be something I do on my own on Thursday as I'm setting up. I'll just get the hands ready, and we'll just move on to getting this going here. Start at least getting some of the shoulders stuff done. Yeah, I think like as I get more comfortable with my streaming stuff, I just like know this about myself. It's like yeah, towards the end of a stream, especially one where I started off pretty worn out, uh, it's just like yeah, I don't want to work with tiny pieces right now. I just know that's not going to work out the way I would like it to. Okay, J21. Uh, Epical World says Ghost of Tsushima seems really promising. If I can play like a samurai movie, then I'm very interested. Yeah, Epical World, that does seem cool. Um, I'm excited to see footage of that and to see people play that and to learn a little more about it. I think it looks pretty neat. There was a new Jackbox game announced that is. There's a new Jackbox game announced that is just. It's just a loading ready run game. It's just an improv game where you're giving a presentation and you don't know what all the slides are. It's not improvised postmortem. It's kind of improvised postmortem, but it's definitely uh, a teleprompter game that is just like that is yeah. That got announced. I was like, that's just a short form improv game. They're just doing a short form improv game. That's okay. Uh, it's a good one to do, but yeah, that could be fun. There's a new party pack. Yeah. They've announced a couple things. Let's see. Jackbox. I'm on their list because I bought shirts. I have a shirt coming. I have to see what's up with that actually. I thought that would be here by now. Actually, let me look at that. It's on the way. It is right now in North Carolina. It's in Butner, North Carolina. It is. That's annoying. I got a shirt from when I was on Loading Ready Run playing Jackbox. I bought one of the shirts that I'd won. Both of my shirts were in the final round, and so I just picked one. I won't say which one. Party Pack 7 is a bunch of their stuff is on sale, but yeah. Talking points. But yeah, Party Pack 7 is on the way. And yeah, and a bunch of their stuff was part of the summer sale on Steam and various other things. They're totally done the Loading Ready Live PowerPoint karaoke. Yes, that is what they call it, PowerPoint karaoke. Yeah. I mean, that's like I said, that's a short form game. I've seen it before. I've seen it outside places besides Loading Ready Run, but I've certainly seen that. And they also know those folks, so that's like okay. But it's a good game. I mean, like Patently Stupid is a really fun game, so like I'm interested to see how this one works out. It's like, yeah, all right. If it's good, sure. I don't know about the other stuff. I haven't really been looking at the other things. Usually I don't see in advance. I will watch like a Jackbox stream leading up to it if they're playing some of their new stuff. I usually check that out. But I haven't like usually don't pay a lot of attention up front on what they're up to so that I can be pleasantly surprised. Okay, these are C. C17. This is a very this is a 2017 kit, and it is a very 2017 kit in that like you're constantly jumping from like you need C and F and E and J and I to put this together, and it's like you could just I know you're doing a lot of it by color, but you could like make it easier for people to not have to jump around on sheets. Like, you could make this more elegant if you wanted to. Yeah, Lashbrook. I would love a uh, Jackbox Party Hub. Just having a launcher where you can just import, like even if it was just Steam, even if they're like we can't do it on anything else. If you bought Jackbox Party Pack 3 on your Wii, it isn't going to work on the Switch. Sure, just do it on Steam. Just have it on Steam, where if you've bought the Steam games, you get Drawful, and you can get your other games loaded in there. Like, I think to me that is just would just be a nice to have. I really think that needs to be included, and it's frustrating that it's not. But yeah, I just want to be able to like put it in alphabetical order, or let me have a favorites list, or I'll build a playlist, and when my game of Quiplash 2 is done, let's go right into Fibbage About You, and we'll just jump right into it, because like I think that's just would make a lot of people's lives easier, myself included, to just have that access. Okay. That ability. So you don't have to like get out of them and tab over and put a thing and make, oh, did I have the volume set for this one the same as that one? And well, I'm never going to play Dome or whatever. I'm never going to play this game again. So, I can just untab it so it doesn't show up. I'm never going to play that. All right. Okay. That would be cool if they need to commit coding time to those. Yeah, I mean that's true. Very true. It's a thing they would have to put resources into, but it would be a quality of life thing. All right. Honestly, like, oh yeah, I want to. You know what? I want to know what's going on in Party Pack 7. Pack. Or any other games. Okay. There we go. Quiplash 3, that's what I wanted to hear. Quiplash 3, great. Let's stop. Check that out. Huh, I don't know. Yeah, I don't know. Quiplash 3, I'm excited about that because I like Quiplash 2, but and the custom ones I thought was really fun. But I am definitely here for uh, just having a chance to not worry about like some of the questions feel old and dated, and I'd be excited about playing new versions of them. That would be cool. Quiplash 3 also go over the way. Quiplash 3, indeed. I mean that is a game that I'm excited about. And there are new ones, and I didn't click on them to find out what's going on with those, but at the very least, I know I'll get it because I will want the modern Quiplash 3 because I really like that game. So, like, I know I'll get that. I mean, I was going to get it no matter what, but it's nice when it's like, oh, yeah, no, I want this. So, to know that there is at least one game that, like, yeah, I think I'll like this. Because some people don't like Joke Boat. Some people don't like the rap battle one. There are games that people don't enjoy. I think Patently Stupid is only fun if you can hear everybody on voice. It doesn't work great when I stream it. I don't like Trivia Murder Party. I've never liked Trivia Murder Party. I don't like Trivia Murder Party 1. I don't like the sequel. I didn't like they made a sequel because I don't like it. But they made it. Other people really like it. Epic World says, I watched Hamilton for the first time with Kate Stark's community Discord. I feel like I am the only person that does not think Hamilton is the greatest thing ever since sliced bread. So here's the thing, Epic Open World, about Hamilton. Um, the thing with Hamilton is, if you are a hip hop head, if you come in because you love hip hop, this is not that. This is incredibly important for its for putting black actors and Latinx actors in the forefront in Broadway, which is just so white. But also, the audience is white, and the not necessarily intended, but the real honest audience is mostly old white ladies. So it's not going to be that revolutionary hip hop thing, but it is going to be different and it is going to be interesting and it's going to tell a story in a different way. And a lot of people that got hype around that play got hype around it because the music was on NPR and then the music ended up on Spotify and people could hear the soundtrack and there was buzz. And, it's a Broadway show, so it's hard to get into and see. Uh, and to me, it's always just been a very good show. Not the best show, and maybe not even worth all the praise it got, but a very good show that consistently uh, did what it needed to do to push a different narrative and a different style of presentation. I don't know if it always nails the style of presentation it's going for, but I think that it is a quality piece of entertainment, and I think that, uh, yeah, I think that like some of it is just people got swept up in it. Uh, I don't disagree with that, but I do think that it's got some quality to it. I think some of the actors who would go on to do other cool, awesome shit that would not necessarily have gotten those opportunities without it. Um, and then when it fucking made buckets and buckets of money, and they suddenly had buckets and buckets of money, then then they were able to uh, bus in kids that don't get to see plays, and then they were able to see themselves on that stage, and I think that's incredible. Um, because they use their money to be like, well, we don't have to make a profit on Wednesdays anymore because we make such a good profit on the show every other day that we can just have free tickets for high school kids for the foreseeable future, and we'll just do that. Uh, yeah, I understand Epical World, and yeah, and um, if you're not into the like I always say, like to me, it's for people that are like, I appreciate hip hop and I have a favorite rapper, but I don't have but my favorite rapper is somewhat well known. Like I think this person, it's like I know that Black Thought is a fantastic rapper. But my favorite rapper isn't someone that like if I said the name, no one would know who I'm talking about. But if I say Black Thought, a few of you will know who I'm talking about. And then if I say he is a member of the Roots, then you'll be like, oh, that dude. Yeah, that dude fucking rules. Um, but it is, but yeah, or like I'm more likely to be able to say Open Mike Eagle and have some of you know who that is. Like I get that, and I think that real hip hop heads uh, just think that some of Hamilton is corny. And then there are folks that just they're like, yeah, I just don't know. Because honestly, it isn't the end all be all. It's just a good play with a very good cast that really liked each other and liked the material, and it was a show that people got on board with, and it felt like a good thing to champion. Yeah, I mean, like it is a show that hey, I saw it really early. Um, I am very good friends with a performer by the name of Shockwave, Chris Shockwave Sullivan. You may know him from the reboot of the Electric Company that came and went. But he is a great beatboxer and just a great comedian and a great dude. Chris was in is and was in an improv group. Shockwave the Wrestling Girl. No. This is Chris Shockwave Sullivan. Um, his friends meant to call him Soundwave, which is an appropriate name, and they didn't know they were giving him the wrong nickname, but it stuck. But Chris was in Freestyle Love Supreme, which is a hip hop improv collective that Lynn is in as well. So In the Heights came out, and In the Heights seemed to be, did really well. I didn't see it on Broadway, but I knew that it was very good, and I know people that really liked it. So, and then I had met Lynn briefly at an improv thing, and Chris was like, Lynn's got a new play, and it's going to be fucking great. So go see it when it comes out before it goes to Broadway, when it's still at the public. And I was like, okay. And then I had my tickets, and then he did his evening at the White House, and it was like, oh shit, this is going to be really fucking good. And it was. When it comes to like plays, like I didn't see a lot of stuff before everybody else. I can't take credit because that's not my scene. The theater scene, that element of the theater scene, I'm much more experimental. I'm much less getting ready for Broadway. But I did see that. That is like the biggest like, oh, I saw this cool show, and then it was on fucking, then it blew the fuck up, and I never saw it on Broadway. Because I didn't really see a lot of shows on Broadway. I saw plenty of stuff off Broadway, but not a lot of stuff on Broadway. It was just not my style. I mean, I worked at night. I'm excited for In the Heights movie. Me too, Lord Crashington. In the Heights is great, and I'm excited to see the movie version. I'm glad there is a movie version. All right, and we are shoulders complete, and we can assemble everything. Because we are going to end the stream here with shoulder assembly. My next look, I got streams coming up. Tomorrow, 9 p.m. Eastern, I'm playing Dungeons and Lesbians. Is a great, lovely visual novel that we played a little bit that we got with the Itch bundle. We're going back to that, 9 p.m. Eastern. Check that out. Wednesday at 7 p.m. I will be hosting because I will be taking part in the Gauntlet as part of GDQ. Games Done Quick series called the Gauntlet. I'll be taking part in that, so come check that out. I'll be hosting it here, and I'll be streaming, or I'll be part of that. And on Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, I'll be back here with my next build stream. I will probably have built the hands off stream because they're annoying and I don't want to do it. But that will be the next build thing that we do. I am going to go find a stream for us to raid because we raid over here. That is what we do. So let's see. You know what? Let's go hang out with Ben Wheeler. Ben Wheeler is playing some Magic the Gathering. Maybe you hate it, maybe you love it, but let's thank you, Up and Girl. Let's go. I gotta wait for this to go. But yeah, Ben is awesome, and you should have more awesome people to watch. Even if you're not super into Magic the Gathering, he's just a great dude who knows what's going on, and just a great person. And I don't think we've rated him in a while, so let's go do it. Also, he plays fun music in the background. So let's go raid. Feel free to join me. If you don't feel like joining, that's okay. Again, tomorrow night, 9 p.m., Dungeons and Lesbians is a game that I'm going to be playing. That is a video game, and I'll be playing it. And then in the Gauntlet on Wednesday, and then Thursday at 9 p.m. Eastern, back streaming. Thank you so much for hanging out. I hope you have a great rest of your evening. I'll see you in the next Build with Baer. Bye-bye.